Hey, what is up, Positive Impact Club friends? I am super excited about today. I'm going to go a little bit different. Last week I posted on our social media page, our Facebook page, which is the PIC community. If you're not a member of it, it is a closed group. But if you're getting this email, you should be a member of it because you're on our email list, so you should be part of our Facebook page as well. A couple quick questions to answer will get you approved, we'll get you in there. But last week I asked, basically for what you guys wanted me to dive deeper into, subject matters to go wider on. And the first question I got was from Van Travis. Fantastic agent in Rochester, going to be out there visiting with Van and a group of agents actually tomorrow on Wednesday. So excited to do that, but here's a little sneak peek because this is something I always cover in seminars as well. But Van asks how to identify and execute your most critical role and activities as an agent and how to eliminate the whirlwind that can prevent you from accomplishing them. Well, I say it all the time, right? Fantastic question, by the way, Van. I say it all the time that when you try to be all things to all people all over the time, the only thing that does is it gives you stress and creates you failure, and you end up making nobody happy when you do that. So that's a recipe for disaster. And I was doing this, I know this from experience, I was doing this for many years at the agency, trying to wear all the hats, trying to be all things to all people. And it took a mentor agent of mine to have me pause and ask me the question. He's like, Scott, what are you doing? Why are you so busy every single day? And he asked me to list out from the minute I walked through the door what I was doing. And frankly, it was an embarrassing moment for me. It was a powerful moment, but it was embarrassing because what I realized is as I gave him my laundry list of things that I was doing every day, it was all very reactive, all right? Not a lot of proactive stuff, not a lot of income producing activities, and that's why I was so stressed out. I was busy. We call this the rocking chair effect. I was moving back and forth, I was keeping busy, but at the end of the day, I was no closer to my goal than when the day had started. So what I did is I became a student of productivity, right, and success habits. And what I ended up doing was creating what I now refer to as my essential list. And so I asked myself, I said, Scott, what are the 1, 2, or 3 activities that are so critical, are so important, that if you carry them out with laser-like focus and you complete them at an extremely high level every single day, every week, every month, every year, that your agency has no choice but to be successful, all right? And everything else kind of becomes secondary. So what are those 3 things? And obviously I made a laundry list. I did a complete inventory of everything that needs to be done at our agency. And ultimately what I came up with, and this was about 5 years ago, and I've stuck to it ever since, were 3 key essential tasks, right? The most critical things for me as the agent, owner of my agency, CEO, to accomplish in order for us to be successful. And the first one was team, all right? And as I get into subsequent questions, there's gonna be a lot around team, but the first one was team. So if I could recruit, hire, train, consistently educate, motivate, and coach my team to be the very best possible version of themselves, so that when they're in front of our customers, they're running the plays, they're doing everything effectively, they're winning every single moment of every single day. If I could do that consistently, recruit, hire, train, educate, motivate, inspire, coach my team, that was number 1, okay? Number 2 was I had to get more butts and seats in front of them. And now I talk about it a lot. All we own at our agency is our profitability, right? So we have to be very cost conscious when it comes to putting butts in seats. There is a point of diminishing returns when you overspend on marketing. So I realized that I was going to do this through a referral system, a referral program that I now refer to as our Rockstar referral system. And I was going to do this through developing relationships with centers of influence and being very present on social media and in the community. So my number 2 most critical task as an agent was this type of networking, relationship building, putting butts in seats, right? So the more I could develop relationships with realtors and mortgage brokers and car dealers and attorneys and our local schools and law enforcement and first responders, the more I could be present at fundraisers and community events. Not only was I giving back to the community that I love so much and I care about, but it was also making me very present. We were keeping very active on social media with all of these activities, and then obviously working and coaching the referral program with the team and constantly visiting with the centers of influence. That keeps butts in seats, and that's number 2 for my critical tasks. And then number 3 was none of this matters if it's not done legally, ethically, compliantly. Okay, so I am a freak about keeping my finger on the pulse, meeting with corporate partners to make sure that there's no trends, negative trends at my agency as far as, you know, data manipulation, make sure everything's okay with the PFA account and the business operating accounts, and that we're up to compliance with our social media accounts. So, you know, the bean counting as well, right? To make sure I do all of the bookkeeping at the office. So as long as the bills were being paid, we were operating legally, morally, ethically, and compliantly, then we were going to be good to go. So that was it. So 3 things, my most 3 critical tasks, my essential list as an agent. Team, okay, making sure they're the right people and making sure they have the tools and they're continuously educated, motivated, and inspired to be successful every day. 2, creating a network of centers of influence, making sure we get a ton of referrals, making sure we do the right thing, we stay active in the community, and then keep an active presence on social media. And then number 3 was make sure everything's being done legally, ethically, compliantly, and that all of the numbers gel to keep the agency running healthy and profitably, right? Which is obviously very important. So what happened? So you asked then, how do you take care of all the rest? So when you commit to these 3 things, so I wrote these 3 things down. I time blocked around these 3 things, so I had a very strategic plan of when I was going to take care of it. And then I went into what I refer to as my triple D approach, which is do it, delegate it, or destroy it. And I often say, if you don't like destruction in your life, you can simply decline something. So do, delegate, destroy. That's my triple D approach. And so I ask myself, whether it's a phone call, someone coming into the office, an email request, a text request, whatever gets asked of me every single day, and you know, as agents, we get tons asked of us, right? I ask myself, does it help me move my team forward? Does it help me put butts in seats in front of them? And does it help me running legally, compliantly, ethically, and increase my profitability? And if the answer to that is no, then I simply either decline it, okay, it's not worth my time, or if it's worth the time of the agency, just not my time, then I delegate it, okay? So if it fits into one of the 3, I do it. If not, I delegate it, or I simply say no, all right? And this takes a lot of effort, all right? It sounds easy, but this took me, because I was a yes man, right? I was do everything for everyone every time, and this was a tough transition for me. But what I found is the 3 critical tasks, my most essential things that I had to get done, I was not only getting them done, but I was getting them done at a higher level. And I was most weeks getting it done in about 15 to 20 hours a week, which really freed up a lot of my time as well. It enabled and empowered my team because I was delegating a lot of activities to them. And then it was liberating because I was simply saying no to quite a few things. And saying no is powerful, all right? And a lot of times the less you do, the more productive you become because you have more time and energy to focus on your 3 key areas. So that's it. All right, Van, I appreciate the question, and I appreciate you being a member of the Positive Impact Club. And if you guys watching are not part of the PIC community closed group page, I encourage you to do so. But I also encourage you to take a moment, take a true inventory of all the things you're doing, and then figure out which 1, 2, or 3 of those are the most essential tasks for you to focus in on. All right, write those down, and with laser-like focus, just spend all of your time and effort on that. All other requests, either do them, delegate them, or destroy them, decline them. All right, so keep the questions coming. You can comment under this video with any other questions or comments or discussion you want to have. I'm very active on the page, so I'll respond to you quickly. I appreciate you. I hope you have a fantastic day. Cheers, my friends.